and today also reviewing this movie dropped on Netflix called Cash or Gold Brick, I guess. So this movie's name. This movie, it is from French, and in this movie you see Daniel, who grew up in this small town in France where he works in this perfume factory. He's been working there for a long time, but we see in this movie nobody really appreciate him, and there is a clash between the owner who is making this perfume and all this factory worker. One day we see Daniel, he decide to I guess he start making his own perfume to become rich in this movie. This movie, that is the center plot. So this movie is supposed to be a heist movie, but in this, like, this movie starts with, you see Daniel's his earlier life, how he grew up in this town, how he met his best friend in this movie when he was little. I really like how this movie starts out, and we see this town people, how they're living there, everybody's there. They're not that ambitious, but we see Daniel, he's really very ambitious. He wants to do something with his life. But same time, he does make a lot of bad decisions in his life. He like takes a lot of debt and everything, and he become very in trouble. And in this movie, we see like the person he's dealing in this perfume business with, they're not good guy either. And also a lot of cops are after him because he's doing all these things. So he need to make another plan. This movie does have a lot of side character they introduce in this movie, because this movie does become very, it starts with one plot, but like it's really takes a long time to get to that plot. Like this movie has a lot of slow-mo scene where nothing really happens. He just sits around and he's like doing nothing really. I was like, do something. Because the trailer, the way the trailer is done for this movie, you think this movie will be really like very exciting, get going. Although this movie's plot, the story itself, it's really interesting because so many perfumes comes from French, all these great French perfume, they are from there. So when I read this movie story, I was really excited to see, oh, how he's gonna do, but this movie it has too many side plot, too many side character, and too many unnecessary scenes that I think as the audience you do get lost, and it's not as enjoyable it could have been. Although this movie, it is funny sometimes, you are laughing out loud and you're like, and also this movie, I guess halfway through they do introduce another story here. Like they do introduce a lot of story. End of the day, not all the character or story gets its own time, that you don't actually enjoy all of them. End of the day, this movie story was really interesting, but the execution for this movie, it's not as good as it could have been. To me, I felt like end of it, I was like, it felt like it was too long. Some of the storyline really stretched a lot, but overall it was still okay movie. It definitely is very entertaining. It just have so many unnecessary scenes. End of it, you're like, why we needed those scenes? That is what you're gonna think end of it, and that's my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie. If you enjoyed about this review on this French movie, don't forget to check out my other reviews on other French drama and movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.